right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at GEC NASCAR. We're going to be out here at Michigan for race number 4 in the playoffs. These guys got one more race after this, and then it's going to be, that's it. So championship race, next race, guys, going to be an awesome race. Really expect a lot of action coming out of this one, leading into the next one. These guys have a lot of work to do. We'll go over some of the standings here soon, but it looks like we got about 20 drivers out on the track tonight. Still going to be a couple trickling in most likely, but still there's going to be a lot of people out there right now. Some of the people with the fastest times, Jonas Seawright in that 13, he's going to be up there cruising along. Looks like he's going to be in the pit right now, but he is going to have the fastest time on the track with a 38.68. Josh Eller is going to be in second place in that number 69. Then we got Connell Bolton. He's going to be our winner of last race in that 32. He's going to be riding around in the 3rd position as far as times go in this practice. You also have Jacob Hughes in the number 5. He's going to be in the 4th spot. And then Darren Bruce coming out and stealing that 5th spot for practice. These guys still got to get out there and qualify, so we really expect a lot of heat coming in. But that'll give us a real good understanding after they qualify. But we will have a couple people up in the booth. They are indisposed at the moment. But we will get with Joe Barrow and Shane Cochran when they are available. It does look like Shane Cochran's here. How are we doing tonight, buddy?
Doing great. We're ready to see some action at Michigan. I watched another league race earlier this week at Michigan. The tire update made it a wild show, so I'm excited to see what these truck drivers can do with it tonight.
Yeah, they're gonna have
go ahead.
They're gonna have a few laps of flat out. I think probably after about 10 laps or so, the tires gonna start wearing on them. It's gonna drive a little different in corners in.
Well, in being experienced in Michigan, we've all raced at Michigan a lot. GC has always had Michigan on the roster. Riding along with a group is definitely just as important as taking those corners in your own line. We all know you don't want to. I hate riding behind somebody in my line on the corners, but I'm definitely behind somebody on those straightaways.
Yeah, I love Michigan. I think we all remember the last time I was here in the truck, or at least Ellswick does anyway.
Yeah, well, I do too. That was actually one of my last wins before I actually just came up to the booth. Man, those kind of races right there, those are the kind of memories that we cherish during seasons like this. And, season 6 has been one of the most important seasons that we've had so far. A lot of really talented drivers that have came out and made themselves known throughout this season 6. And big changes from season 5 to season 6, and even bigger changes going into season 7, guys. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it's just been a blessing all around that it's been going so well, and I'm glad these drivers are having a good time. But it's about to start planning for season 7 coming out, and I believe Michigan will probably be on that roster too.
Yeah, I believe so. We have too good races here not to race it.
Well, with all the back end and all the recruitment races that we do throughout the season, we obviously are expecting that kind of upkeep. What kind of turnout compared to what we got this year compared to next year? Do you guys think they're going to have to start qualifying in for next season, for season 7, or?
I hope so. It's a good thing if they do, I think with what we got coming to Cup, I know you probably bet on the Cup Series having to qualify in, but I'm not real sure about the trucks. Maybe right at it.
Well, in the big question that's been, go ahead, Cochran.
I was just going to say, if we have the same recruiting season we did last time, I think Daytona certainly has a shot at having a few folks having to qualify in. But, kind of as the season wears on, you have a couple people drop out because it's just not a good fit. A couple people drop out just because maybe they're over the penalty limit. And then when we get to later on in the season, the playoffs start, that's where you really lock in. So even if we have to qualify in early, I think we'll kind of solidify the roster later on, and it won't have to, but it's going to be fun either way.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And as each season progresses, you know, we start to fill the gaps as a league and make it just that much more fun for these guys to be out there and more competition each season. You know, and this has been one of the most competitive seasons we've had up until this point. Season 6, like I said, has been a milestone for GEC, and we've created a lot of good memories and a lot of good races here between the Truck Series and the Cup Series. And mind you, you know, doing both series has definitely been a good benefit. But as the big question comes in is, are we going to start that ARCA series? And, you know, really honestly, we're just not that sure yet.
Yeah, I think the Truck Series has just done a great job of being a way to introduce yourself to the league and the community and show us what you're made of. And here we are in the playoffs. We're ready. So, yeah, who knows what the ARCA Series will mean for the Truck Series if that comes to be.
Well, and as the talks have been, you know, the ARCA Series would be another opening series, but it would be for people that join more mid-season. They don't have a place right away. This would give them the ability to get out on the track without feeling left out, or, you know, just sitting in the wind for like 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how far we are in our season already, you know. But yeah, it all depends. It really comes down to how many people actually join, and I think a lot of people would opt into that ARCA. The new ARCA car is really amazing, and I really look forward to maybe possibly opening that series. But man, these guys are killing it right now on the track, boys. Darren Bruce out there taking that first spot in that number 4. He's going to be a 39.00, but Craighead's going to be right behind him in the 48 with a 39.09. Nick Sipple going to be in 3rd, leading right behind Craighead. Jonas Seawright still up there in the top spot with number 4. And then number 5 is going to be Logan Wilson at the moment. Still got some drivers out there. Michael Boone is going to be still out there running around the track. He's going to want to finish that lap up real soon because he's going to be probably kicked off the track. And there it goes.
Oh, he was so close.
So close. But that's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. They only have the 5 minutes after that to qualify. It looks like these guys are gridding up. We're going to go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and kick it off, as always, with our national anthem. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at Michigan. This is going to be the MADD 200. These guys are going to kick it off here, as you can see down on the track. We're going to go ahead and get down there with those guys and start off this race with a bang. So it looks like Darren Bruce taking that top spot. Jonas Seawright's going to be on that outside. Nick Sipple going to be starting right up there behind the number 4 of Darren Bruce. And Jacob Hughes going to be right up behind Jonas Seawright. Seawright was able to get up on that one of those pole positions, so he will start out front. We didn't even get a chance to go through it, but we will go through who's your pick here in a moment after this restart here at Michigan. Or I should say start. All right. Pace truck is going to be off the track. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As they come to the restart zone. Green flag. Couple shuffles already out there. It looks like outside the lane. Holy crap. Wow.
Got a little loose. Apologizing about getting really tight. Jamie, they're saying in chat they can barely hear us over the cars.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it. My bad, guys. My bad. For some reason, the volume on the race was just cranked all the way up. But it looks like the 4, he's going to be definitely going to be pushing pretty hard, trying to create a little bit of a cushion. But again, it's going to be that draft behind him that's going to cause the problem. 32 is going to be on the outside. Nick Sipple looking on the inside now. All right, and as we get to it, guys, we'll go ahead and do who's your pick. All right, Barrow, who you got?
I think I'm gonna go with Bruce.
Darren Bruce?
Go with number 4 again. Yeah.
Well, and it's not a bad pick, man. He's already came out here and I believe won a couple races, right?
It's just the number, man. I can't get away from it. I don't know what it is. It's a great number.
I believe you would definitely think that because you expect that number to do just as well in the Cup Series, correct?
Right.
All right, beautiful. Barrow with the biased number 4 pick, but that's okay because it's a damn good pick either way. We know Darren Bruce is a hell of a driver coming in here. He's looking to go to the Cup Series next season, right up there behind the 32. These guys are pushing hard. Nick Sipple's going to be on his outside. They're bumping back and forth. But we're going to go ahead and go with Cochran. Cochran, who you got for tonight?
I'm going to look back at my crystal ball. February 17th, 2024, GEC came to Michigan. Winning the race was Caleb Ellswick, owner of the IT and Out racing team. Finishing second was Jason McCabe, now a member of the IT and Out racing team. And I look over in the point standings, the only driver in the top 5 in the playoffs without a win yet is Josh McCabe, brother of Jason, racing for IT and Out Esports. He's my pick tonight. He's just got it coming. It's all lined up in the stars.
I believe he's
36.
sitting third
All
in
right.
points, ain't he? Is he sitting,
That's
is
right.
it third?
Right. Third in points. Yep.
Yeah, he's got
He's
a
been
podium as of
consistent.
right now.
Consistent all year. He has the most top fives of anyone other than the regular season champ. He's got the most top tens of anyone other than Bolton in second in points. So he's been consistent. He is biding his time. He's lurking in the back of this pack right now, but I think he's got all the pieces there and all the coaching around him for a win here at Michigan.
Yeah, Craighead popping into the top 10 there.
Well, and you know, guys, in looking at this, I'm definitely going to go with Sipple on this one. The 75 came out here and has been pretty dominating throughout the entire series. Just really great driver. We've seen the 75 up front a lot, and I do expect him to take this home today. So, yeah, Nick Sipple is definitely going to be my pick for this one.
Now you got Craighead popping into the top 5. He's definitely pushing it hard.
Well, and also, we have one of our part-time drivers coming. Jessica Childs is out on the track tonight as well. One of our normal broadcasters. She's going to be taking a seat back into the truck, and she's going to be out there in the 28, running in 18th right now between the 9 and the 6. Doing a great job of keeping her head on her shoulders and just biding her time.
Yeah, she's getting a little soft though.
Yeah.
Yeah, drivers meeting. You said guys, and she didn't get you. She didn't say, Jamie, we're not all guys in here.
See, and she probably didn't even have a chance to either. You know,
She's getting
one of these days. One of these days. Ooh, looks like a little bit of contact between the 07 right there. Dylan Hervatin. He's right there next to this 13 of Seawright. Seawright started up front, dropping back a little bit. Seawright's now going to be fighting for the 6th spot for Dylan. 3 wide with a 20 right there. They're close, side by side, bumping doors. Dangerous, dangerous. Distracted Canadian. Haynes, you're always welcome to help. Thank you so much, brother.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Just kidding, Dusty.
These guys are fighting for that position right there. If he's on the 07's now going to be on the inside of the 48. They're going to be fighting off Bolton. Bolton is going to be right in front of him, going pretty hard. He's not going to give up that position very easily. With those guys fighting, he's not going to have to. Contact between the 48 and the 7.
Oops.
Looks like it's going to shift back a little bit, take us to the number 5 back here with Hughes. Oh, and then it bounced to the other Hughes. Those guys are going to be right there next to each other in the top 10. It's going to give those brothers ability to work with each other, to push each other towards the front. If they're running that same line, same tire wear, they're going to be pretty effective. Sipple still out front, not able to create the gap that he's hoping for. Darren Bruce and Bolton are going to be right on his tail. And he said, borrow shush. Street stocks are starting up again soon, and there's a wall with your name on it.
Yeah. He has been known to put me in a wall or two.
That's all right. Right on the back of your bumper, doesn't it say turn left here?
Ready for the street stock league. That's a lot of fun over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be jumping over there for a few more races this season. I know I only made it to a couple of them, but just so much going on.
Stress relief is nice.
Well, it's good. I mean, yes, it's fun to take it serious, but sometimes it's fun to just go out there and race with a bunch of friends.
Yeah, it is.
Looks like the 07 still moving through the field. Now on the inside of Seawright, Dylan Hervatin is going to be just plowing through everybody right now. He's going to be right behind the 48.
be getting some pit stops up here in the next 5 laps or so.
Well, as it stands, Servatin's also the biggest mover, up 14 spots in the 5th position in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Hughes battling it out right there with the 74, number 5, right up behind him. They make contact, but nobody goes around. There's a lot of talent out on the field, right? We got Bolton, Craighead, Bruce, Sipple, Simmons, Seawright. All these guys are very, very strong drivers. Anybody can really take this home. And it looks like a lot of forgiving driving out there. They're doing a good job of checking up and letting off a little bit here and there. 20 up into the wall, slowing down. 69 going to have to check up, making contact in the back right there, giving the ability for the 23 and the 76 to pass.
And we also have the 1 of Sellers on pit road.
Oh, no.
Not sure why.
Pit early. I don't know why he would pit by himself.
Yeah, he's getting tires changed, and he's coming back out.
Short pitting.
He was off pace before that, though.
He might have came in and did a couple adjustments, maybe.
He got tight in the beginning of the race. Did he get some damage from that? Maybe
He might have had a network issue on my screen. He goes into the grass and disappears for a good 2 or 3 seconds, and then reappears on track just before he pitted.
Might get ready to come down pit lane here. I got 2 cars coming in. Trucks, cars.
Trucks, I've been calling them cars the whole time. That's all right, though. Darren Bruce coming down.
Oh, no, Craighead spinning through the grass.
Number 48.
Did not make it onto pit road. Still spinning.
No way. Let's go back to Craighead and see what happened there.
Yeah, he just completely mistimed it. Was coming down pit road probably 50 miles an hour too fast, trying to get down, and couldn't make it. Just misjudged it.
Oh, at that point, I'd have been trying to hit that pavement and get back up on the round. Oh, man, you hate to see that for Craighead. He's definitely probably going to come down now, but what kind of detriment is that going to put on his race? I hope he's going to be all right.
Yeah, he came into this 7th in points, just 34 points out of the lead. That's how tight this whole thing is, but that is not going to help.
No, not at all.
No. What's our stage, Borough?
40.
40. Yeah, that's going to put him out of the running for the stage points at least, unless there's a caution before the stage, which is not what we're hoping for. A lot more drivers coming down into pit lane right now. Simmons, McCabe, Boom, Linger, Evans, Kiernan, Craighead, and Childs. That's going to give us a new leader, a new leader is going to be Darren Bruce. He made it out in front of Nick Sipple. 23 running at a slow pace down the backstretch right there. Not sure what's going on there. Yeah, that's going to put Craighead like 10 seconds down. McCabe, Simmons, and Boone now coming down in the pit lane. Well, as you guys have your race coming up on Thursday, second to the last race to the championship. Both of you are actually in the runnings for the championship. We'll start with Cochran. Cochran, what's going through your mind coming into the next race, and what really ultimately is going to be your main goal for the next 2 races?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it all comes down to team dynamics. It's great having the 23 of Coonan as a teammate all through the regular season. But then when we get to the playoffs, it's kind of difficult because, last week I finished second to him, and Now we're running 1-2 in the points. He's the only guy I got to beat, and I didn't beat him. If that was not my teammate, I think I would have put him in the wall. So with 2 races to go, I've got to start racing for me and for Big Daddy instead of for Racing Edge. And so we might be a little awkward there. But, yeah, for me, I've got to beat Coonan. And if I do that, that is the only thing that's going to help me win this championship.
Well, and obviously that's been your goal since the beginning. You've been with GEC since the beginning and just fighting so hard for championships. You have probably the 3rd most wins in GEC history, and coming into the last part of the season, I know that's what you're looking at. You want the trophy.
Yeah, I finished second 2, maybe 3 times in the point standings, and so yeah, finishing second's not my goal. Got to find a way around that 23.
No, absolutely, and we look forward to you doing that amicably. You know what I mean? But obviously, coming into races like this and making it to the end and fighting for a championship, we expect that kind of pressure. And I've been under that kind of pressure a couple different times, taking that 30-point hit and losing my season by 4 or 5 points. It just killed me. So I know what kind of mistakes really can play into this end of the season. But yeah, Barrow, I seen you just. Oh, there you go. Going into what's your thoughts? Like you might have your response is definitely going to be a lot different than his just was. So what's going through your mind as far as coming into the last 2 races and looking to add another championship to your name?
Well, I mean, I'm in the playoff now, so for having the last few seasons that I've had, this season's been really good for me because I made the playoffs. I think I've missed out the last 2 seasons, so just being here is a win for me. But I am always chasing that championship, and I'm getting everything dialed in. I'm getting better and better every week, so I'm happy to be where I'm at. Yeah. But we'll go further. We got 2 races left. I got Michigan and Homestead. If I can stay out of trouble, I think I'll be perfectly fine at Michigan. I may be able to pinch a podium out of this. But as of right now, I'm sitting 6th, so I think I'm 40-something points behind the leader.
Well, and as we've already seen, a couple drivers taking penalties, different winners, and the swap up in points. Anything could happen in these last 2 races. And obviously, we don't expect ill will on any other driver. But coming in, like I said, anything could really happen. And we've seen the talent that you've shown before, and this season has definitely been a step up for the last 2 seasons of, let down. And the last 2 seasons really haven't most of it even been your fault. A lot of it has been just getting involved into the nastiest stuff and just barely being out of the playoffs. So, so happy to see you up there.
It ain't necessarily been my fault, but it's also 2 things that that I could get better at, and that's being don't put myself in some positions that I know I shouldn't be in, and then get caught up in something. So,
right,
that was a little bit my fault, but we corrected it somewhat.
And I look forward to season 7. Obviously, maybe possibly returning back out on the track with you guys. We're wiggling some stuff out for that, but yeah. Really going to be a great season 7. I'm so happy to have everybody here that supports the league, and everybody that tunes in and watches, and there's a lot of back end work that a lot of people don't see that we go through. But I'll tell you, everybody pulls their weight and does such an amazing job, and that's why we're able to do what we are today. We got Coonan firing in the chat. Cochran got the beers going on. Coonan, looks like you're been getting better. A lot of clout on the track. Let's see who's the best on the track. Cochran. Yeah, that's funny. Did you get a call from Ace Moneymaker?
Sorry, Griffin. We got the 93 around on pit road. That's Evans in the 93.
Evans
Another one.
Yeah, Evans having a rough race last time too. I think he went around. Wasn't it last race on pit lane?
He almost made it. Just had too much rear brake in the truck. Right as he got to the commitment line, it locked up and turned around on him.
Oh man, it looks like Linger's in there as well, but he's going to be stepped out a little bit sooner than Evans, so Evans going to be by himself when he comes back out. A couple people are going to be a lap down right now, but thank you for calling that out, man. We got into our own little thing there, but looks like Nick Sipple is now taking the lead. Dylan Hervatin is going to be in second, Bolton in third, and Darren Bruce now dropping back to fourth place. Cano, to leave out your top 5, he's going to be poking in for the first time today, up 6 spots, the number 45. But Dylan Hervatin, man, he's up what, 18 spots today? And he's going to be up in front of Nick Sipple, the 07. Like I said, he's been just running through trucks today. Well, and as we already know, Hervatin, very talented driver. Looking to go up into the Cup Series next season. Coming out here, just showing everybody what he's got down in the Truck Series. Really talented. He's been, I think, hasn't he already won a race? If he hasn't,
that
I
don't think he did.
Well, definitely got the talent to do it, but he's out there going to be running with Nick Sipple right at the moment. Number 75, Bolton, going to be fighting in third, trying to make his way back up in front of those guys. But it just looks like he's falling back slightly. But that's going to put those three about a whole second, almost 1.2 in front of Darren Bruce in fourth. So there is a little bit of a gap between the 1 through 3rd to 4th place.
Some coming into pit now. That's probably, you got Sellers coming into pit.
Oh, big contact for the 42, hard in the backstretch wall. That's got to be our caution.
Oh, man.
Still
Not out yet, but
no caution.
He's going to toe to pit road. That was a big impact.
No way. We're going to go ahead and go back and take a look.
Yeah, go watch him coming into 3.
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
Or is that coming into 2 there?
Yeah, coming out of 2 is...
Coming out, yeah.
He went into 1 getting loose, and then coming out, I think it just continued on. He just couldn't gather it back under him.
Oh, man, that was a hard hit. It didn't sound like he blew that engine, but I don't know if he's able to get that truck back up and running.
And now Kano, the 45, going backwards on pit road. He's around.
Seems like we're having all sorts of issues on pit road today.
Yeah, man.
I think it's some tires. They're not getting slowed down enough and having to cram it in there so hard that it's causing problems for them.
Yeah, this is one of those high-speed pit entries where the brake bias you run in the corners is not the brake bias you want to run when you come down pit road. You got to remember to crank that forward. Otherwise, those rears will lock up on you. And the 45 picked up a black flag on that one.
Kano picked up a flag. What? Speeding on the
looked
pit?
like it. It sure looked like speeding to me. I don't think he got an unsafe entry. But yeah, a couple, kind of the same thing we saw with Craighead. He was just coming in with way too much speed.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these
brothers. And Craighead is now sideways on pit entry.
Way. That's the second. Oh, man.
Yeah, you got to think it's just the brake bias. Like, you got to crank so much rear bias into these things to get them to rotate under braking in traffic, and then you come down pit road and just not ready for it.
Well, Hughes in the 20 also went sideways. You said top 3 are pitting?
Top 3 are pitting. Nope, top 2 are pitting.
Yep, so that... Oh, man, that was pretty quick coming in for Sipple and Bolton. Good job getting slowed down there. Hervatin's now going to continue to take the lead. He's going to continue to push. Now the question is...
6 laps to go in the stage.
The question is do you guys... Do you guys pit now, or do you pit when the stage comes out, or do you even think they had enough gas to make it?
I don't.
I mean, at this point, in the playoffs, it's points game. I want stage points. I'm staying out if I can make it.
Yeah, in all honesty,
Oh,
and a lot of
yeah.
this might have...
We're going in.
Yeah, Herbatin coming in,
Ever-
sliding, getting sideways a little.
You get slowed down enough there?
Yeah, it looked like it. But me, even on the first set of pits, I would have pushed it as hard as I could all the way around until I could, come back in with less than a lap of gas. But a lot of these guys, I think, pitted early, so it forced them to pit before the flag.
Yeah, it seems like the pit window is about 17 laps or so. Herbatin made it 18, but everybody else coming in on 16 or 17.
Yeah, I don't have anybody that's off track, off pace on pitting. You're right, it's definitely below the 40 mark because they wouldn't have made it, doesn't look like, to the caution anyway. A lot of crazy action already. We've already had a couple trucks go around, one on the backstretch, one coming into the pits. Still no yellow flag here at Michigan for the MADD 200. I mean, just amazing job by these drivers out here.
Now, we've seen iRacing be stingy with the yellow flags on a big open track. And kind of the same thing going on tonight. We haven't really had anyone dead in the racing line, but we've had drivers sideways on pit road into the wall on the backstretch and stopped down on the apron. But we have stayed green the whole time.
Yeah, and as we've seen since the last couple updates iRacing's pushed out, those cautions are starting to get a little bit more rare. Obviously, race control still holds the right to, if absolutely no other question about it, has to throw a caution, will throw a caution. But really, ultimately, it comes down to iRacing's cautions are rule of law when it comes to green flags. Nick Sipple still up in the front after that pit stop. Darren Bruce, he's going to be a little ways behind him. Nick Sipple finally getting that little bit of a gap that he wanted. But that's not going to last very long because we're going to be coming here to stage 2 here in a moment at lap 40. They got about 2 more laps to go. Oh, and that's going to be the yellow flag. Something happened. Who was involved in that?
I don't know. I'm not seeing anybody.
Did they wreck?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
I think our race director is going to explain it here in just a minute. Might have been a mistaken early throw. Just by a lap, though. No big deal.
Yeah, I went to move the overlay on the screen, and it had the caution still lit up, but I was at the top of the overlay. And when I clicked on the overlay, it clicked caution.
Oh, goodness. That's all right.
I have it pushed down in the corner. I have it pushed down in the corner of my screen, and when I went to go pull it back up, that's why I said, "Oh."
Just one lap early, and most of these guys are pretty spaced out.
Yeah, that's all right. These guys are going to get around. That's going to be our caution for stage 2, or for stage 1 here. Nick Sipple, Bruce Bolton, Herbatin, Seawright, Hughes, Linger, Simmons, John Hughes, and Eller are going to take points home here for that first stage. All right, guys. Is there anybody you want to talk to? Anybody you want to bring up for a quick interview?
I mean, let's bring up the 75. We just won that stage. He's our points leader. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, all right. Deal. All right, we got the 75 contact with 75 up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, buddy. We're gonna talk about how is it going tonight, but also what the expectations are for the end of the season here. So being out in Michigan, doing a great job out there, running up front. What's going through your mind?
Having a blast. First of all, the racing's been great. No caution, obviously, so everyone's doing a really good job. And we just made the right calls, like the right strategy calls there. Then when to pit, what to take, and felt like I was pretty fast. So that's why I was able to get out in front and kind of take away.
Well, and it looks like you created that little bit of gap that we were expecting, about 1.5 on the second place there for a moment. Coming in, you just took 10 points home for the stage. That's got to feel good. Coming into the end of the season here, what's your expectations as far as going into the championship race?
I'm not even really thinking about home start. I'm just trying to get the best finish I can, which is winning. I already won the stage. I know I can win the race, so I got to go out there and do that, and then I'll feel pretty confident going into Homestead, I feel.
Well, and obviously, confidence is the key coming into any of this. Staying cool, calm, collected. Not where a lot of the drivers want to be in the season coming into the playoffs, but you are actually really right there. So a little bit more pressure, but man, you're handling it really well.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck out there, and we will see you out in the winner's circle.
Yep, good luck with the broadcast.
I'm forward. Not bad, not bad. Lights are off the pace car. We're going to go back green flag. Hervatin and Bolton are going to be out front, beating Sipple off that pit lane there.
It might have been a little bit of tire strategy here.
Oh, you think some people only took two?
Yeah, I'm not sure how else they would have. Two cars would have beat him off pit road there.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure unless there was some kind of issue with him getting onto his pit box. But either way, looks like our leader is going to be Bolton, with Hervatin going to be on his outside. Dylan in that 07 showing great speed all night. Let's see if he can maintain it. Sipple going to restart on the second line. He is going to be right behind that 32 of Bolton. And then we have the number 4 of Darren Bruce going to be right up behind the 07. Great restart on the first one. These guys are obviously talented enough to do it. Let's see if they can get another successful restart. Hopefully the last one tonight here for the MADD 200 at Michigan. But anything's in the cards. We still got a bunch of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen. About 58 laps. Pace car is going to be off the track. Here we go. As they make their way to the restart zone. Green flag.
There they go. Yeah, as I'm looking back through the pit strategy, it looks like a 4-tire stop was actually a rarity. Anthony, Sipple, Bruce, Linger, and Simmons are the cars and trucks on that 4-tire strategy. Just about everybody else taking 2 tires. So Hervatin, Bolton, Kiernan, both of the Hughes, they're all on a 2-tire strategy there at the end of the stage.
Well, and what kind of detriment is that actually going to serve? You know what I mean? So now Sipple was able to hit under green or under caution flag, and now we're coming back to this. Those guys on 2 tires, are they going to be able to hold up against those 4-tire pit stoppers?
Yeah, not a bad time to make the experiment, so you know for later. I think that the 2-tire strategy is probably worth more under a green flag stop because it saves you almost 7 or 8 seconds. But
yeah, lead right there. Oh my God, 07, 75, 32, right up door to door with each other. That just goes to show the kind of racing that these guys are putting on tonight. I mean, just an amazing set of skills to make that work, guys. And then you have the 32 just trying to poke his way in there. 75 gets loose a little bit, but he's able to get back up behind the 07. But wow.
And here it is, the 07 and the 32 on 2 tires. We got Craig Head and Wilson down through the grass.
Contact with the 4 and the 07 right there. They're able to maintain this green flag. 75 pushing the 4 up front. 3 wide again. So these guys are so close together. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Wow.
But yeah, we had Craighead and Logan Wilson through the infield grass, back on the track. No further contact, but they have lost ground.
Craighead just having bad news
Oh, and
all night.
the 48 just wrecked into the pit wall.
No.
He has spun around onto the front stretch. He's going to tow it to pit road. No caution.
No way.
Big contact.
Let's go back and take a look.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It looked like he had a guy coming down into pits really slow off the track. And then I don't know if he went down low to come into the pits or if he was avoiding that truck.
I think he was
Looked
trying
like
to pit.
he
He had contact with Wilson and gotten in the grass just half a lap before that.
I think it was Childs. She seemed to be a little off pace there.
Jessica now coming back out of the pits. I'm not sure what happened. It looked like it was the silver truck. Who was driving that all silver truck? I forgot.
That's Childs. She's got a real chrome.
That's damage.
paint scheme.
Yeah. And in cash paint scheme. She was coming into the pits, kind of was up high and came across the track there. And I don't know if Craighead was, because he was going way off speed to try to hit that pit. I think he was trying to avoid her.
He was already down on the apron though before she committed to pit road. If you go back and check the in car. I'm not sure he was going to make it either way, regardless of what Jessica was doing.
Yeah, I mean, he was really cruising down at the bottom line. Either way, we still have a battle out here, ladies and gentlemen. Aaron Bruce.
07's not wanting to play.
No, not at all. He's now dropped back to the third position. 75 now chasing down the number 4. He's going to be looking to get that spot back.
Those 4 tires are starting to separate themselves out.
Yeah, you had Sipple and Bruce was wanting to try to walk away from the field, and then you got 07 over there 3 wide.
Well,
a couple laps ago.
It looks like Sipple's just got a lot of momentum. He was able to get right up behind that number 4 on that backstretch. It doesn't look like he's trying to pass him though. He's just right up behind him, just pushing him around the track. Caution.
Hughes and Simmons down into the grass. Looks like it turns 1 and 2.
I'm already getting claims on that one.
Oh, it looks like the 74 just came up a little bit, caught the number 20. That is going to be our first incident caution of the night. No contact by any walls or anything, so those guys are able to maintain their trucks. Doesn't look like anybody's going to have to use a fast repair or anything.
Yeah, first caution here on lap 50.
Now, do you think those drivers that took those 2 tires are going to come in for 4?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we've got 50 laps to go. You've got a 16 to 17 lap fuel window. If you pit now, you can make it on 2 stops. So, regardless of your tire strategy, I think you got to come in now because being able to make it on just 2 more stops changes the race.
Yeah, that is very true. In all honesty, if it was me, even if I wasn't changing tires, I'm still coming down to fill up the tank. But we got those guys down there getting down into the pits now.
Yeah, everybody hitting pit road.
Everybody. What? 1 car stayed out? 1 truck?
I think it's just the lappers. They'll be coming down next time.
So I got a link with Darren Bruce up in the booth. Darren, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, obviously doing a great job out there in that number 4 truck. just trying to maintain the lead. You got a lot of competition behind you with Nick Sipple, and there's a couple other guys that were able to keep up with you as far as like Bolton. What's going through your mind in this race leading into the championship?
Well, I kind of got myself behind at Atlanta. Every time I made a pit stop, I got a penalty, so I didn't get no stage points. I had a bad finish, so I'm fighting from behind. I pretty much got to win everything, and everybody else have trouble for me to have a chance.
Yeah.
Well, in the talent that we've already seen you bring to the track, we know you definitely can do it. Just keeping focused up through this race and into the next race. Going into Homestead, obviously, will be the last race for the championship. Is that a favorite track of yours, or is that something you don't like to race at? Or
It is. I love Homestead. I love Michigan. I wish we did longer fuel runs so we would have time for the tire wear to come into play. That's my bread and butter. We'll deal with what we got, and yeah, I like Homestead pretty good. It's a good track for me.
Awesome. Well, again, we look forward to seeing that talent come out in tonight's race and next week's race for the championship. And obviously, we look forward to seeing.
Take 2. Bolton with 4. Kiernan Kiernan came in twice there. He got 4. Sipple with 4. Evans takes 2. Everybody else taking 4, it looks like. Then Evans and Wilson both came down with 1 to go to top off. Like I said, it is from here it's a 2-stop race if you can get 16 laps, but it's going to be, you got to make it exactly 16 laps before you pit to make that work. So topping off, probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, anytime fuel comes into play, especially something like this, I am all over going back into the pits and doing my best to get as much fuel as possible. A Bolton interview required for my participation. Oh, dang it. All right, I'll bring Bolton up. I swear. The next caution that flies, I'll bring Bolton. I swear. But it looks like Michael Boone's going to start this one off with Nick Sipple. Nick Sipple going to be on the outside. Boone on the inside. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, as we get back to the green flag. Green flag. Oh, these drivers are spread out. They're all over with 4 wide. Still a bunch of them 3 wide there coming into turns 1 and 2.
Heard some apologies over the driver radio right on that restart. Somebody didn't get going. They're 3 wide back there around 10th. Bolton slicing through the middle.
Doing beautifully to getting out of that situation. There's still going to be 3 wide behind him right there, though. 1 of Sellers, 13 of Seawright, 36 of McCabe is going to be right there. McCabe now working his way up through, getting closer to the top 10.
Sellers and Seawright not becoming each other's best friends here on this restart. Couple blocks. Not really any contact, but they are giving each other dirty air, if you know what I mean.
Ooh. A little wiggle with the 1 of Sellers in 76 reacting to it. He almost went down. They're able to maintain green flag. 3 wide, 36-74 in the 1. 1 still in the middle trying to get out of that situation.
It's 3 wide for the lead as well as Sipple dives under Hughes.
Oh, man.
Bruce on the outside, Hervatin to the lead.
That is a lot of fighting up there, ladies and gentlemen. Looking good, looking good. Uh-oh.
Kiernan getting in on it, too.
Yeah, he is.
Looking like I'm having a little bit of an issue. Seems to all be coming back online. I do apologize for anybody that has any intermittent issues with the stream. Trying to get that fixed as we speak. But we are still green flag here at Michigan for the MADD 200. Hell of a fight.
Sipple all the way down to the apron.
Woo! Right on the inside of 20 of Hughes.
Yeah, that is not an apron that you use. This isn't Atlanta or one of those tracks where that's the fast lane. That is a save yourself from getting into the grass kind of lane.
Well, he made it work. He's going to be in that second spot right there in front of Hughes, touching the 07. Wesley Lynch.
I think we're going to be in for a dogfight here Thursday night.
No, absolutely.
That'd be good.
And that's funny you say that because in the chat, Wesley Lynch says, ready for Thursday.
I bet he is ready. He's back home now. He's not racing on a kitchen table no more, so I bet he's ready to race.
Well, and definitely not the race I'm sure he wanted for the last race.
I mean, he done great. He was in Panama City at the beach, at the hotel, on his cell phone hotspot with his steering wheel and everything tied to a damn kitchen table and a big screen TV on the wall.
Oh boy, that's awesome.
And he still had better pig than Dusty. You gotta get that thing fixed.
Oh, that's terrible. Shots fired. No.
That's back in the chat now.
Oh, they're 3 wide for 4th.
Oh man, these guys are just all over it.
Bolton, Kiernan, Seawright, Bruce, Hughes.
Well, and not only that, if you guys look, like those leaders are not getting away. They still have a lot of competition right back on their back door. Let's do a real quick one and go over a couple stats from last week's race. It looks like, so Bolton, like we said, had taken that win home there at North Wilkesboro. Hell of a race by those drivers, doing a really great job. A heck of an effort that they put in. But Bolton went ahead and took the checkered flag with 50 points. Darren Bruce coming in second place. We just got done talking to him not that long ago. Then number 4, doing a great job also here tonight. Nick Sipple coming in third. Nick is going to be my pick tonight, running up front as well. He's going to be diving down low currently to take that lead away from the 07. But last race, these guys did a great job, but those are going to be your winners. And then to lead off for our standings as far as the THD Truck Series goes, going into this playoff race, Nick Sipple is going to be up in the lead for the playoffs as it speaks right now. Bolton in that second place in the 32. McCabe in that 36 is going to be in that third place. Darren Bruce in fourth. Logan Wilson in fifth. Garrett Caswell is going to be in sixth. Seventh place is going to be Cameron Craighead. Eighth spot is going to be Jacob Hughes. Ninth for Kyle Simmons. And 10 for Walter Sahaidik. We're looking forward to seeing Walter come back, hopefully, and race out the rest of the season. But only time will tell.
These leaders continue to just trade back and forth.
Oh, 13 sideways.
He rides sideways.
Oh, is he able to maintain it?
Watch out for that pit wall. It's coming.
Oh
That
my
cost him
goodness. Woo! That was close, guys. He got real lucky on that.
I think he slid down into the pits.
Well, he did it under the speed limit. No black flag.
Well, and as I promised, we're going to go ahead and get Bolton up here for an interview.
Oh, he might have had a little help there from Kiernan.
Yeah, it definitely
Number
looked
6
like he
got
had
in
some
the back
help.
of him there.
Oh, he did. He definitely got bumped by the 6, but he also slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
Middle of the corner.
Well, then looks like these guys are re-racking it back up. It didn't look like he took any damage, and luckily he did not hit that pit wall But we do have the 32 up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, yes sir, I do.
All right, Bolton. I promised Coonan that we'd bring you in here for his participation. He required us to interview you. We were planning on doing that anyway, running up front, doing a great job, obviously having a great season. We just went over all the standings and all of that. Currently, you are in second place coming into the last two races, man. What's going through your mind?
I mean, I think it's simple. It's ahead of me, I believe. He's doing really good this race. He's got a fast car today. I was trying to keep up with him there at the beginning. He's really good. I think this is just going to be a race to beat people off pit road, to be honest. Really going to be much of another way to win this off strategy. So, yeah, I'm just going to see if we can get something.
Well, in like we were talking with the 07, obviously still up in the playoff standings, keeping your head on your shoulders for this kind of pressure, coming in, looking for your first championship ever. You could possibly be coming home with a trophy. There's a lot that comes behind that, a lot of hard work and a lot of concentration. And being focused is probably the key point of all of it coming into the last two.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We just got to make sure that we hit our marks. I mean, it's even just things as hitting the line a foot off. We just got to make sure that we hit it every single time and find the clean air where it is. Just get every little advantage that we can. It's competitive field out here.
Well, and again, as always, Bolton, we appreciate you coming out and showing us the talent you got, and we look forward to seeing what you got for the end of the season.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming up and talking to us. We'll send you back down to Outlaw.
All right.
All right, here we go. And again, it seems like I'm still having issues. I do apologize. I'm trying to get it fixed as we speak. But we are going to go ahead and restart anyway. Logan Wilson going to be up front with Hervatin right behind him. 07 going to be on the outside. I do apologize. Looks like Wilson, something's going on the track. Are the lights off the pace car? You seeing this, Cochran?
Sorry, I'm listening to the radio chatter. Barrow, I think the 45 is asking for a black clear, even though he probably shouldn't.
Was the 76 trying to get a lap back? Or no, he's up front. Logan Wilson's up front. I was just thinking the 75 was trying to move around him or something. Like there was some
No, I
kind of
think
issue.
the 76 had a technical issue earlier in the race. He got 2 laps back, which is per the rule book. We give that 2 laps of technical problem wave around. Here we come. Wilson taking 2 tires on the last stop. That's what got him the track position here.
Oh man, I am having big issues with the internet right now. What is going on?
Barrow, did you hear the 45 asking for a black clear?
I did. I asked them, were they sure, and nobody keyed back up.
All right. He asked for it. He probably shouldn't, but
Yeah.
we've got a wreck on the backstretch. The 1 and the 13 going around collecting the 23.
Oh, Wilson save it.
Oh man. Oh, that is going to be a nasty one right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it looked like the 1 and the 13 were just right on each other coming out of the turn. One of them got squirrely, and that was enough to send them both around.
Yeah, it looks like the 13 just was looking for a hole that might not have been there. The hole closed up pretty quickly with the 1. I'm sure, and it was just briefly. The 1 might not even have known he was there. Oh, not what you wanted to see, but here we are on this 4th caution of the night,
Yeah, and
2nd incident caution.
Seawright coming down a closed pit road there. You got to wait till everybody catches the pace car usually for pit road to open. So he's going to grab a black flag on top of the damage and the wreck. Going from bad to worse. And we got a couple more drivers getting that technical lap wave around. We always try to.
That's their last two there, so
Always trying to help drivers out if they've got technical issues to not have that ruin their race if they're close enough. I think both of those drivers are 6 or more laps down, so they're going to need a couple more lucky dogs to get back on the lead lap.
just race control practice is all it is.
All right, now with 32 to go, we're
And I
back
did not.
in that
I'm
pit
sorry.
window again. Right, it's a single stop race from here on out.
I didn't hear a claim for that one either. Did you manage to hear one?
I did not.
I didn't.
I haven't heard a claim on the last two.
Yeah. Mm,
There it is.
yeah.
All right, hopefully I fixed that technical issue, but yeah, not claiming. We'll give you an EOL post race, and as soon as I say that and come back, of course I have another technical issue. You've got to be kidding me.
What's wrong?
It just
I
keeps
mean, it looks-
blinking out on me.
I think that may be just you because I haven't, or I see it now. Yeah, I just seen it. It's probably because of that update.
Something's draining on my internet.
Been having a lot of.
Well, either way, we're coming back to the green start. We got the lights off the pace car. 07 is going to be down low. 4 up high of Darren Bruce. Bolton is going to be behind the number 4, and the 75 up behind the 07. Still a lot of talent up in that front field. You guys are right. Still got one at least green flag pit stop left. Still some strategy that can come into play. As these guys get back to the green flag, here we go. Green flag. 07 with a decent start right there. He's going to be cutting it down low, trying to fight everybody else off. Well, and if there was going to be any pushing, I'd expect it to be now. It looks like they just went 3 wide for the lead right there almost.
Also, the 69 of Eller kind of jumping that restart past multiple trucks on the inside line, picking up a black flag there. He's already 7 laps down, but that's going to derail his night.
3 trucks coming
Several
down
black
in.
flags also. Seawright, Cano, Eller, they all have black flags.
Yeah, they're also all already off the lead lap. So that's going to leave. I mean, that Seawright and Kano are going to be battling for the lucky dog. Even after that, we've got the 93 and the 76 off track. Looks like it started with the 76 of Wilson. Almost 4 wide. He got into the back of Bruce, down onto the apron, and then lost it sideways.
Yeah, the 93 of Evans is going to be back there with him. Hopefully they can link up and make something happen. 07 is going to be diving down low behind Nick Sipple, trying to take that lead away, but Bolton is also going to be right there behind Sipple. Sipple getting a little loose right there. He's seeing a little wiggle in the back of that truck.
Oh,
that was a close one by the 07.
That was.
Sipple probably not going to be taking much more of that as he goes through 3 wide, 32 down low, 75 in the middle, bumps 07 up into the wall a little bit. He's going to lose some speed. That's going to knock him out of the top 5. Vervatten falls back.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about that. The 75 just kind of used him up.
Yeah, and then used him up and then gave him a little door right there at the end that put him up high into the wall.
But
there's probably a little tension there for the block and the.
I think if you're going to use somebody up, you better make sure you wreck him a little more, because that 07 is coming back for some payback probably.
Oh, absolutely. He didn't lose off very far. He got immediately back into the top 5. Was able to get right there on the inside of the 20, which is in 3rd place. Vervatten to get back up in front.
Yeah, and we're watching the race for the championship right here. The 75 and the 32 are 1 and 2 in points coming into this race, separated by almost nothing. Just 2 points between Sipple and Bolton.
Oh, contact!
Oh, 7 gets into Bolton.
Bolton able to maintain it somehow.
What a save by the 32.
I think the 07 got into Sipple, and then Sipple got into the 32.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, that just goes to show what... Oh, 20 into 75 going down low, having to ride high, slowing up. He's going to fall back out of the top 5 as well. Sipple is going to fall back to about 10th. 11th.
Driver's getting a little chippy on the radio about whose fault that was. Sure looked like the 07 from here. Sipple now all the way back to 10th position.
Well, also Bolton being shifted back. He's going to be back here in the 7th position as well. Same thing happening to him. Oh, check up with the 6 right there. Oh, 9, barely avoiding that. Bolton going to take it 3 wide. Here we go with only 24 to go here at Michigan for the MADD 200.
Yeah, it's just a second ago we're watching 1-2 in points battle 1-2 in the race, and now they are 8th and 10th. Working their way back up to the front as Hughes and Bruce are now leading.
Started rubbing doors up there, and they probably wanted to didn't want to be up there in it like that soon.
Yeah,
both of them behind each other right now, though.
You know who's really turned it on that we haven't seen yet is that 36 truck. Some really good-looking broadcaster had him as his pick tonight.
Hey,
He's
now.
up to third.
Hey,
up
now.
to third. Turning it on. Like I said, there's a lot of Michigan experience there in that IT and Out esports group. Looks like it's paying off here as we have 22 laps to go.
Well, and we know that IT and Out has some endurance racing coming up, and obviously this is the time for it. We're gonna have, the 6 hour, at Watkins Glen coming up, I believe soon, and then we also have the 24-hour at Le Mans. Are you doing any racing in that, Cochran?
I'm actually not confirmed. I just wasn't able to commit and know what my schedule would be like. But yeah, I think doing those endurance races with IT Now really a load of fun. When I think about kind of like the iRacing journey for anyone joining recently, like you get in, you spend your first couple months obsessed with your ratings and trying to get out of rookie. You get out of that, you kind of find a series and an official car that you like. You get into that a little bit, then you get frustrated by some of the iRacing rulings, and eventually you find your way to a league. And then you find a good league like GEC, make some friends, and then those friends say, hey, you want to do a 24-hour race and stay up all night? And you say, hey, why not? And that's kind of the mountaintop of the iRacing community, is being able to find people you can commit a long 6, 12, 24 hours with and really hang out and have some good races. We got the 23 hard into the inside wall. The 6 car.
That's going to bring out another caution with only 20 to go.
But yeah, would love to be racing with IT and out this weekend. Not going to be able to, or in a week and a half, whenever that is. But wish those guys luck. Might drop in to do some spotting for them, but not going to be able to drive.
Gordon Herman said Cochran is a handsome fella.
Let's go take a look and see what happened.
It just kind of looks like the 6 moved down to the middle lane, not aware that.
I don't know, man.
That the 23 was there. Actually, they're both kind of going for the same spot.
Yeah. Oh, man. 23 takes hard hit down in the bottom. Definitely going to have a blown engine after that. That's going to be our 5th caution here at Michigan. These guys are only going to have like 17 laps to go. Do you think that they're actually going to make it on that one fuel stint?
Ooh, it's going to be close from here. Maybe if you top off, save everything you can, you have a shot at it. Like I said, we did see, I can't remember who it was. One driver made it 18 laps.
Yeah, so
but there was probably some caution in there making it easier.
There's definitely going to be some strategy into it. Herman comes in and says, come on, I snuck in here this time to watch people wreck. He said, y'all wreck some shit off, and then they wreck. That's a coincidence. You didn't do that. He said, I'm about to throw some of that baby oil on the track. I'm not going to repeat the rest of it. That's funny. That battle off of pit road, though, holy crap.
Yeah. See who came out first.
Yeah, Sipple, Hughes, Bruce, Bolton, and Wilson. All for your top 5. Hervatin dropping back to 6th place. Still, Hervatin's the biggest mover of today, up 13 spots, even in that 6th place.
Well, hold on. Did the 75 win the race off pit road?
No, it looks like Bruce did.
Now.
Yeah, Bruce. Bruce.
It's going to leave 10 cars, maybe 12 cars on the lead lap.
Lights are off the pace car. Lap down car is going to be going around. These guys are going to go ahead and line up double file for this restart. Looks like Darren Bruce is going to be the one that starts us off. Nick Sipple is going to be on the outside. 20 of Hughes up in the top 5 today. Looking to push that number 4, and the 32 is going to be up behind Nick Sipple. Let's see who gets the better restart on this one.
That number 4 truck's running good today.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Fair enough.
What you? I hear cockering over. wait till Michigan.
We gonna figure it out.
He said wait until
No,
his
I
boy
think
McCabe
all
comes
four of
out
these
nowhere.
drivers up front were racing so hard there. A lot of contact between all of these drivers in the top 5. Another ITing out driver, that's 76 of Logan Wilson. He's 5th in points, 5th on the track right now for this restart. Picking up 1 win on the season, hungry for a second.
Pace truck off the track. They're fighting back to the restart zone. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 17 to go. Green flag. So by the calculations so far, it does look like they are going to be able to make it. Bolton goes sideways.
Oh!
That is going to be another caution. What in the world just happened?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, it looks like Bolton just got squirrely.
But the 07 kind of shoots to the middle. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one right there. Just looked like the 32 was trying to throw a block on the 07, and the 07 was not having it. And when two drivers aren't willing to give a little, somebody's going to go around.
Oh, it does look like a little bit of contact with the 07 right there that sent the 32. Oh man, I hope somebody claims that, because that is going to be bad news.
Yeah, it sounded like the 07 was taking a sarcastic claim, not an official one, on the radio chatter.
Well, is race control going to count it as a claim, or is he going to...
Need confirmation on that one before we put it in the books.
Ellswick's a trip. I'll wait for Barrow to get back. Ellswick said Barrow take some notes on the floor then.
Who said that?
Ellswick.
Who?
Oh yeah. I don't know.
Now watch him jump in here. Me.
Yeah, facts.
I am taking notes, buddy. I'm learning every day.
Looks like the number 4 is going to go ahead and restart it here with Nick Sipple right behind him. Not the restart we expected. A little bit of contact between that 32. Unfortunately, that is going to send him back a little bit, but he's getting back out there, ain't he? Oh, he's fixing damage.
Yeah.
I just seen that bumper come back into place for him. He should be able to work his way back up towards the front. Hopefully.
Yeah, I didn't think the contact was all that bad.
Yeah, you and us both, Shape, we all thought this was going to be a clean race. I mean, fairly not bad, but that last caution, we definitely could have did without that. Oh, and there's still a lot of fighting to go here with 13 laps. Double files starting right now. They're going to have 12 laps to go with the lights off the pace car. Number 4 of Darren Bruce is going to battle it out with 75 of Nick Sipple. Hervatin is going to be right there behind him, and the 07 and the 20 is going to be on the outside pushing that 75.
Howdy.
What's up, man? It's Caswell.
Oh, Caswell, how we doing tonight, brother?
I pulled you up here a long time ago.
Yeah. Just got back. Just won me some money.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I mean, I'd much rather be racing here, but
Hey, you got a big cup season to worry about.
yeah.
And we
Am I
got
considered the 14 now, or am I still the 17 for?
Oh,
another week?
you were definitely still going to be the 17 for the time being, sir. Man, it looks like, man, I've lost it on
Yeah, so
iRacing.
we're setting up here for. Well, we're setting up here for another great restart. I'll tell you one thing to watch. We've been talking about the fuel window all night being 16 or 17 laps. The top 10 did not pit under that caution. They've all been on track 5 laps. They've got 13 to go. The first car on a full tank is going to be that 32 of Bolton. We'll see if that plays out here in the closing laps. Everybody must be feeling pretty confident on fuel, though. The 07 pulling up to second place.
Looks like we had some tire smoke right there coming out of 1 and 2.
Sipple looking low, making it 3 wide.
Attaboy.
Bruce saying, what happened? We got a wreck in the back.
Sellers up on
Kiernan
the
down
side.
pit road sideways.
Oh my Lanta.
And here he ought to ask for a black clear. That's going to be a speeding on the pit road as he was flying down there sideways.
So that was Sellers and the 6 getting together. And then the 20 collecting the 6. Oh man, pushing that 1 almost up onto its side. Almost flipped that 1 completely over.
This is some pretty good driving, though, by the 6 as he keeps it out of that pit wall and straightens it out. Right there, grabs the curb.
It was almost 2 blowovers.
That is insane for the last part of this race, man. These guys have kept it together, but there is a lot of pushing on these last few laps. Really, honestly, we sort of didn't expect them to be pushing this hard towards the end, but this is what you get towards, the last 2 races of the season. We also have Jessica joining us up in the booth. How we doing tonight, Jess?
Good. How are you, Jamie?
We're getting through it. It's 10 to go here, probably 8 to go by the time these guys get the green flag. But a lot of good racing out here so far.
Hey, Jamie.
Yeah,
We're not all guys out here.
Yeah. All right, that's fair enough. I deserve that. I didn't get one earlier, so I deserve it. All right.
You did not get one earlier.
Nope.
I told him he was getting soft.
Yeah, I heard that on the broadcast. So I had to jump up here and tell you that.
Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. But as always, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Bolton all the way up to 6th place. He started in the back there after making all those repairs.
Oh, man, I bet you he's excited now. He obviously relied on something like this to happen, and making his way back up to, at least into the top 10, right there behind the top 5 is just incredible.
Yeah, the other driver we haven't really talked that much about is Simmons in the 74. He's now up in the top 5.
Yeah, breaking the top 5 for the first time today, up 9 spots for Simmons.
So the only driver not in the playoffs in our top 6 is the 07. Going to be on the outside of the front row, but everybody else in that top 6, playoff drivers needing a win to get some breathing room or cut into some of the 75's breathing room before the season finale next week.
Jamie, who was your pick tonight?
My pick was Nick Sipple.
Not a bad pick.
Nope, not
That's a
at
good
all.
At least you didn't jinx him.
No, well, hey, we still got some racing to
still
go
got
here.
That's
But he has been doing a great job all night, and as have these other drivers. Everybody's been putting on phenomenal work, and all are gonna finish this race. I'm hoping.
I mean, this is it. Your season's on the line, right? If you're a Bolton or Sipple, you're within reach. You can have a good race next week. Everybody else, you got to get something done tonight to give yourself a chance next week.
Yeah, as we talked to that 07 Cochran earlier, we heard him mention, he had a bad couple races, but he still has to just perform throughout these next 2 races, and there's a lot of pressure on a lot of these drivers to do that.
Yeah, it's also nothing better than carrying some momentum into next season, having a strong finish at the end of the year. Even if you don't have the points, you're looking forward to being that playoff hunt.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is it right here. 07 on the outside, 75 on the inside. We're going back to the restart zone. Green flag.
07 might have jumped that.
Did we get a black flag for the 7?
He does have a black flag.
No way.
Wrecking behind. What did we say?
Yeah, the 07 pretty clearly jumping it.
Looks like 5 of Hughes is just having some problems back there. That restart, Sipple able to stay up front.
Ooh, contact between Simmons and Sellers. They're keeping it straight.
It's like they all managed to keep it straight.
Amazing work in keeping that green flag out for the last few laps here at Michigan for the MADD 200.
There's 6 laps to go. Bruce getting a run on the outside.
It's going to be a
It's
big
going
fight.
to be a lot of hard racing. Yeah, with 5 up here. Oh, ooh, that was close. That was close.
Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Ooh, big bump.
4 gets up in front of the 32. That was super close, man. Oh, my
They're going to be 3 wide.
Sipple wants to keep them all behind him right there. He's going to give them all the dirty air.
That 20 fighting hard for a win here at Michigan. Not in the playoffs.
Oops, looking at the high side
Oh,
there.
76 up in the
up in the
wall.
wall.
He's going to lose some speed.
3 wide.
He might lose that top 5 right there. 3 wide. Bolton going back through the middle again.
Bolton gets loose on the exit there.
Look at this diamond re-rack formation.
Oh, my Lord.
Ooh, the 20 not going to be too friendly to 32.
No.
He was looking for that win, man. He's not trying to give up an inch. If these guys fighting back here is going to be good news for Bolton, or for Sipple. He's going to be gaining a little bit of a gap on him.
4 laps to go as the 20 tries to clear himself.
Oh, he's loose.
Oh, he's getting loose.
Oh, my, what?
Bruce to P2.
Guys, that was incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, that was incredible. My bad.
Bruce in position. 4 laps to go. 3 at the line.
This is the kind of
Sipple
racing we
and-
thought we were going to get.
Sipple and Bolton all the way to the apron.
side draft him there and get that run on that back stretch. He's not going to get it. He's going to
Cross
take it
him
behind.
over!
Crossover. He wanted the inside. He's got it.
Side by side. They're going to fight.
There high.
Bolton, he's going to be right there looking for it, guys.
He slid right up in front of him there.
These top 3 drivers are in the top 4 in points. This is the season.
Man,
He was
I
trying to
this is
spoil it.
stressful.
Here it goes. Oh, 32 right up in front of the 20, making contact right there. They're still going to keep it going.
1.5 laps to go.
20
I
on the
almost wanna pull over
inside.
and watch the finish.
It's insane. Here we
75
go.
all over the
Last
bumper of the
lap.
floor.
Last lap. $20 on the outside
try to
of the
get that run.
32.
Zipple's looking to get that run on that back stretch and hang it low here.
Oh, he's going to give him up.
Oh, did he get to him?
No, he's right there.
He did not.
I don't know if
He's
he's
not
got the
gonna
speed
have
to do it.
Down low.
I just couldn't get there. Bruce with the win. Darren Bruce in that number 4 coming out with a victory here over Nick
That's right.
Sipple. I don't want to hear it, Barrow. I don't want to hear it.
Now we've got Wilson sideways at the finish.
But Bruce is going to be our winner, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back for your driver interviews. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with your podium drivers for the MADD 200 at Michigan. Again, Bruce coming out with a hell of a victory in that number 4. You're also going to be Barrow's pick for the night. Congratulations. What's going through your mind for the second to the last race of the season?
Sorry, I'm trying to get my steering wheel where I hit the button.
You're good.
Going in the last race, we just, we did what we had to do today. Like I said, I told you earlier, I got myself behind at Atlanta point-wise, and all we can do is try to win them out from here, man.
Well, you came out and did a great job, exactly what you said you needed to do, man. And going into the next race, it's just got to build a little bit more confidence to look for that gold.
Yeah, it always helps to win. That's ain't no better confidence booster than a W.
No, absolutely. Well, you did a great job here tonight, and obviously, going into the next race will be the championship race for the season going into Miami. How confident are you going out there and doing the same thing you did today?
That's a good track for me. I'm usually pretty good there, but as you've seen, there's 4 or 5 guys that can win any given week. It's a lot of talent here.
Absolutely. Well, again, thank you so much for coming out here and doing a great job tonight, taking home a win for you and your team. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot. I want to say hey to my grandkids, little Cody, Savannah, Sarah Beth, and Alyssa, and thank my teammates, John, Stephen, and Reggie. Skidmark.
All right, well, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and move on to our second place. Nick Sipple trying to fight so hard to maintain and being the point leader coming in, placing a podium for second place, still coming out and knocking it out of the park. What's going through your mind?
I thought it was a really fun race. Everyone did a great job for the most part. Just wish that last little part could have gone green further than it did, and I think it would have worked out better for us. But still, thought I did an okay job, and happy for Bruce to go in.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you and your team. You guys always come out here and put on a hell of a show. You're definitely in where you need to be to come home with a championship this season. Going into the next race, a little bit of pressure on that, but it looks like you guys are well set. How confident are you going into Miami?
I think it'll be a pretty okay race. I just need to beat Bolton and Bruce. That's all it is.
Well, you did a great job tonight. Unfortunately, not able to take it away from Bruce, but we look forward to seeing you in the winner's circle next week.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
GEC for putting on, and of course broadcasting. Everyone racing as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here, Sipple. And again, we look forward to seeing you out next week.
Yep, thank you guys.
Last but not least, Bolton coming out of nowhere, also in the point standings in second place right now until we determine how these points fall out. What's going through your mind going out of this race into the next race? Looks like we're having a little bit of a communication issue with Bolton at the moment. He was good.
Sorry, wait, there you go.
There he goes. Yep, we're good. What's going through your mind, Bolton, after tonight's podium?
I don't know, man. That was a great race overall. I mean, to have a P3 after all the stuff that happened during that race, I don't know. I'll take it. It's amazing. Sipple did a great job. I'm glad to see him up there in P2. He did a really good job. He was fast all race, man. He did amazing. And it sucks that I don't know what happened between me and Hervaten there.
I think I could answer that.
They say friendships are made and broken on the racetrack, and I'm sure I broke a lot of them tonight, but I don't know. It is what it is.
Aw, man, you're fighting for that gold cup, brother. Everybody wants that trophy, and you're nonetheless to be fighting for it. So good job.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. And anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race?
Oh, well, definitely everybody in my team again, and we had Jordan Marion as well spotting for us tonight. He did a hell of a job. So did Dustin Haynes. Yeah, the usual Dustin Harris. All those guys. Everybody at Team Outlaw Performance, they did really good. And yeah, I don't know, that's about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming out. Thank you, everybody that came out to watch tonight's race or going back to watch it after the race. All the support is so gratifying. Thank you guys so much. And we appreciate each and every one of you. As always, we will see you out here for the last race next week to end out Season 6 here at Miami. We're looking forward to seeing you all out there.